Hello, racing fans. Welcome back to the channel for another episode in our Ante-Post series. This is episode 4, but we have already put up 4 selections each. So we're going on to Ante-Post selection number 5 and number 6 for the next one. But first of all, before we get into all of the good stuff, how you doing, boys? Liam, you okay?
Yeah, all well, thanks, mate. Not quite got man flu, it's got a man cold, but other than that, I'm all good, mate.
Dreadful man cold. It's the worst thing out there. Jay, how you doing?
Same as yeah, man, cold, flu, whatever it is. But we'll pipe on.
I
We'll
think
slug it on.
we must have passed it through the screens because we're all a bit under the weather, but it's all good. It's all good. We've had the Christmas racing, our Christmas review is out there. If you'd like to go check that out, a good 2 hours worth of content. You may need to dip in and dip out, but we covered absolutely everything, and it was really good fun. We've got loads to come. We're probably going to do some sort of mid-season review, I think. We're going to maybe get that penciled in after we've recorded this one today. We've got loads more good stuff still to come. Thanks everyone that's tuned in. Again, we genuinely really appreciate you. Completely free to do, but if you can click subscribe and the thumbs up, it helps us out a great deal. Really enjoyed interacting with so many new people this year as well, and I always come back to the comments. Let us know your best bets too. Obviously, we're not too far away now, so it's probably time, gents, that we got stuck in for selection number 5. Liam, I'm going to come to you first, if you don't mind, for your next selection. We won't review what we put up so far. We'll do that in the next episode. But for now, selection number 5, please.
Yeah, no problem. And I think we've had a little bit of a disagreement as to where this horse may end up, Joe. He was really impressive at Limerick over Christmas. You have posted it on social media a number of times as to how this horse is still the price he is for either the Turners or the Albert Bartlett. I'm going to go for the longer race, as I think potentially U-Proof is going to skip the DRF meeting and line up in the Mercedes Benz at Clonmel. Looking back at that race, the last 10 winners, only one hasn't then gone on to run. Those that have gone to Cheltenham, one skipped the meeting. Of the other 9 that did line up at Cheltenham, only one of them didn't go to the Albert Bartlett. That was Search for Glory 2 festivals ago. He went into the Martin Pike, but the rest have lined up. Now, the race hasn't led to many winners, I have to be honest. Allaho finishing third, and I think it was Mona Lee who also finished second. So those two have obviously put in decent performances in the Albert Bartlett. But I really like the way he went through that race at Limerick. I think there's more to come. I think they believe that he's a potential stayer, and I think he's a really nice one for the double green. I think top price available is around about 25 to 1. I'll be playing him as an each way bet. That's what I'll be putting him up as for the series. But I really liked his racecourse debut for Willie Mullins over Christmas, and I think there's a lot more to come. Up in trip, I think we'll see him to better effect. He's doing all his best work at the finish at Limerick, and yeah, I think he's quite an exciting one. So for me, it is you proof at 25 to 1 in the Albert Bartlett, Joe.
Perfect. Thanks very much, Liam. Proper nice horse. Definitely one that's on my radar too. Jamie, who do you have as your 5th selection of the series?
Mine is in the Turner's Novices Hurdle, Joe. He's 18 to 1 with bet 365. He's only ran 5 times, won his point at whatever it is. Ferry House, he was fourth in a bumper. Gorham Park on debut, he was second to horse to Devil You Know, then bolted up at Ferry House, and then won the Grade 1 Novice at Leopardstown at Christmas. Look, would he have won? Would have hadn't he won with Talk the Talk
Ah,
falling at the last? But it's just Gordon Elliott's comments is saying that he's all speed, and I always think speed horses win Turners. Um, so yeah, I think they'll be split because I think we all know El Kairos will probably go for the Supreme, where Skylight Hustle I think will go in the Turners. Um, they're adamant that they didn't think he was beaten. It would Talk to Talk. Well, I think Talk to Talk would have beaten him. Talk to Talk now is 15 to 8 favourite for the 2 mile novice at the Dublin Race Festival. Tells you all. They're definitely going to split El Kairos and Skylight Hustle. And I think Skylight Hustle will come here. So I think he's a massive bet at 18 to 1. I think he's still overpriced. And it's the value in this race is very big. Like
hmm.
there's Crystal Island in here. I could have put up that for Nicky Anderson. But no, I really like Skylight Hustle. He keeps mentioning him, and yeah, it's just what I saw at the Dublin Race Festival. Looks like he'd be better dropped in off a slow pace than it. Hopefully, in the Turners, they don't go as quick as the Supreme, and I think Jack Kennedy would want to ride El Kairos in the Supreme and Skylight Hustle in the Turners. So it's Skylight Hustle for me because there's a doubt of where all these horses are going to go. Supreme Turners or the Albert Bartlett. So yeah, I really like Skylight Hustle, and he's overpriced at 18 to 1. Yeah.
Jack will
Not
want a ride in each as well, won't he? He'll
Yeah.
want Al Kairos and Skylight Hustle.
Yeah.
So I'd say you've got it the right way round, James. Were you going to say something then, Liam?
Yeah, just not to take Jamie to task, but I just hear it consistently with regards to speed horses and needing speed, and speed horses win the Ballymore. From the last, I think that the likes of Forheen and Isterbrack are the exception. They're not the rule. From the last decade, the all 10 winners from the last 10 years have won 4 races combined of any level over between 2 miles and 2 mile two. However, they've won 7 grade 1s over 2 mile 5 or longer. I don't
Interesting.
think it is a speed race, and I think we saw that potentially with the new line again this season. That I don't think he is a champion hurdler. I'm not sure whether James is keeping the faith, but yeah, I just feel
Only
that
keeping the faith, yeah. Got to keep the faith.
the
That's for
the
another day.
the best brains of Cheltenham, Willie Mullins and Jamie Wrenn say it, and then everybody believes it, and I'm not sure it's true.
Cool. Okay, so there's one each for the lads. I'm going to get my next selection in. It's actually going to come in the Brown Advisory Chase, the first race on day two. It's actually an each way selection at 16 to 1. Not many people like each way punt and anti-post. I haven't got a problem with it whatsoever. I'm going to be putting up Cocktail Divan each way at 16 to 1. This is a horse that has always had a lot of potential, but we never really quite saw it until most recently when he won at Leopardstown over Christmas by 20 plus lengths. He absolutely won in a hacked up canter, and the time was rapid. Now, I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole over Christmas, looking back at some of the races. And if you watch the final lap of the Savills and you watch the final lap of the Beginner's Chase that Cocktail Divin running, he finished an absolute streak clear of the Savills, literally about 15, 16 lengths faster. Now, granted, the Savills is 3 mile one. So they had done another 3 furlongs running in comparison to Cocktail Divan by the time they got to the final lap, but they are grade one horses. You'd expect them to be able to do that, and he pulled well clear over in that final sort of 2 furlongs in comparison to the times of the Savills. I thought it was a massive performance. It's one that we sort of indicated may well have been in there. We've just been waiting for a while for it to basically appear. I think we've seen it now. And in a race like the Brown Advisory, where it's looking like we're going to have 5, 6 runners, I don't see why the 16 to 1 for Cocktail Divan being targeted this race shouldn't be taken advantage of each way. Of course, he's going to have Final Demand, maybe Romeo Kulo, the big Westerner. I don't see why Cocktail Divan would be too far behind. I think 16 to 1 each way in the Brown Advisory is a really good bet for Cocktail Divan and Henry de Bromhead. Um, Another lap, I guess, then. Liam, selection number 6.
Generally speaking, my anti-post kind of strategy's changed a bit over the years. I try and build it perhaps around 5 horses that I'll chip away at throughout the season. If a couple go in, then you're absolutely laughing. If none do, then you're going home with empty pockets. And this will be one that I'll continue to chip away at because I don't think the price is going to move anywhere. And I really like him for the Patemps final. We know that this is his target. He's trained by a trainer who's having an absolutely unbelievable season, and he's got the best man possible in the plate. Trained by Ollie Murphy, obviously Sean Bowen will likely be jocked up unless he ends up on one of Ollie's other horses. I think that's also qualified. Act of Authority is one of those. But I really like Long Draw in here. 33 to 1 is available. Again, I'll be playing him as an each way price. I imagine you'll be getting quarter of the odds, 4 places in places. However, his form at Cheltenham last season reads 1-1-2, so he evidently likes the course. He's been given loads of experience around there this season, and it was when he qualified, finishing fourth behind Marchand 2. Marchand 2 is now on a mark of 144. When he was beaten 7 lengths by him that day, he was also giving him £9. And Sean Bowen could not have gone any wider if he tried. He was halfway up Cleve Hill, coming around the bottom bend. He went so wide on him and he stayed on really well. He was actually first reserve for this last season. And I think he was quite fancied. I think there's still more progression to come. Marchand 2 is now off a mark of 144, Long Draw off 136. I think there's definitely some progression in him. I think that could be exploited. I really like him. I don't think his price is going to overly contract. And it looks as if they're still trying to get a few pounds off his back, I think, because he was entered up to run at Warwick this weekend in another Patemps qualifier when he's already qualified. Course 4 will stay all day. I really like Long Draw, 33 to 1 for the Patemps final.
Love it. Nice one, Liam. I've been smiling there a little bit because I obviously we both like you proof. You like him for the Bartlett, I like him for the Turners. And then the per temps, you like long draw for Ollie Murphy for the per temps. And I like active authority for Ollie Murphy for the per temps. So I think we're going to be doing a little bit of battle this year, Liam, anyway. But he's definitely one there, isn't he, with it with a big chance. And he's obviously going that way too. Jamie, selection number 6, please.
You can bring on your battle all the way because I'm going to take you on with the two of them as well. And it's in the per times final.
What are you
Let
putting
the,
that one
bat-
up now?
let the battle commence and he's 16 to 1. The horse that finished above long draw is the danger to long draw. It's Supreme View West. Liam's just after taking exactly what I was going to say. Mash and two's up to 144, won the last day at Cheltenham. Electric Mass on one, the old Betfair 3 mile handicap hurdle at Haydock. The form is all there to be seen. They've both been dropped £2 since that per times qualifier, long draw, and Supreme View West. Supreme West then was third at the November meeting behind Kiki Joe. Kiki Joe went to Sandown. Supreme West was in that race. And then he went to entry over 2.5 miles, which he had no right to be in the race, and got dropped another two to 135. So, yeah, I think that race at the October meeting is the race to concentrate on for the per times final. I will say that. And I seriously think it's between Supreme West and Long Draw. And I will go with Supreme West because I think Dan Skelton is going to clean up in the handicaps at Cheltenham.
What does the
So,
forecast say, Jamie? Let's back the forecast now.
yeah, Supremely West for me. It's 16 to 1 for Bar Thames. I can't see past him.
We're going to have to do the forecast and the tricast because mine's getting put up at some point, but he's not getting put up just yet. Next
Oh,
up,
you butler!
well, look, do you know what? I was going to put up you proof of the
It's become a bit of a team with Joe, Liam, isn't it? Bottling things, isn't it?
just because I'm not at the DRF this year.
You
I
butler.
am. I am going to be at Cheltenham though. Right. My next selection is going to come in the Mares Novice Hurdle. At 14 to 1 in the name of Echoing Silence for Kenny Alexander and Henry de Bromhead. This is a really nice mare. Now, she's by Doyen, who doesn't have the strongest record with mares, but he has produced a few that have sort of been in the high 140. So there's plenty of sort of scope, for these horses to improve. And it is actually the same sire as Banbridge. So, there's plenty of talented horses in the pedigree. She actually began her career as a pointer. And then when she when she was then sent out under rules, she was actually beat over hurdles on her first start. Real babyish, real inexperienced, and then reverted back to a bumper with her next time out. And she went up and absolutely bolted up that day. Since then, they've obviously now gone back over hurdles, doing some really, really good work. I can't think who she beat. Was it Switch from Diesel? I think it was Switch from Diesel. Yes, it was. The last day, and she travelled really, really nicely. She looks like a horse that's just getting better every single run. Now, her price may not contract too much between now and the festival because she hasn't got any entries, and I think she is going to go straight there. But this is just a horse to me that has the right profile for this race. She's with the right connections. She's clearly going under the radar, and her improvement from her bumper run after losing her novice run going on to hurdles has been a huge, huge improvement. She looks like a completely different horse as well. She was actually a big money purchase. She cost 410 grand. So it was like they rolled the dice to try and send her over hurdles straight away. It just didn't work out, but they've gone back. They've been patient with her. And having Dara Keefe in the saddle for this mare is going to be a major, major positive. She's got the right profile for this race. Henry de Bromhead is absolutely awesome when it comes to training mares. I think she slipped right under the radar in a race where there's not too many contenders at the moment. And I think on the day she's going to be at least half the price. So Echo in Silence, 14 to 1, win only in the Mares Novice Hurdle for me. I think that's the job done, boys.
All
Anything
good.
to add, Jamie Wrenn? You all
No,
good?
good, yep.
What have we got next then for the viewers? We gonna get a season mid-season review?
We're going to do the grade ones for Cheltenham, yeah. If we can get certain people on, yeah. Yeah.
Cool, cool. So we got some things in the pipeline for you all. Don't forget to hit subscribe and click the like button. You will get a little notification then of when our new episodes go live. And we are doing sort of 2, 3, 4 episodes a week sometimes. So appreciate your support. Liam, thanks very much.
No problem.
Jamie, thanks very much.
No problem.
We'll see you all real soon. Bye for now.